Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a penny, and realizing it's worth $1.1 million. Yes, a single, ordinary-looking 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could be your golden ticket. Well, copper ticket, technically. Hi, coin enthusiasts and curious minds. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Why is this little piece of copper making millionaires out of lucky folks, and how can you join the club? Stick around, this could be the most valuable 20 minutes you spend all year. And fair warning, after this video, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. Let's start with the basics. In 2013, billions of pennies were produced. Most came from one of three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Coins from Denver and San Francisco are easy to spot because they have a little D or S mint mark. But coins from Philadelphia? They're like a secret agent, no mint mark at all. Now, most no mint mark pennies are worth, well, a penny. But every so often, a batch of coins gets struck with some bizarre, beautiful, or downright mysterious error. Enter the 2013 no mint mark penny. One particular batch was minted with an incredible flaw, a highly unusual doubling on the coin's details. Experts call this a double die error, but I like to call it cha-ching in copper. The result? A rare penny that collectors are clamoring to get their hands on. And when collectors clamor, prices climb. Now, before you go dumping your piggy bank all over the floor, let me set the scene. The odds of finding one of these million-dollar pennies are slim. Think of it like winning the lottery but without the awkward press conference. Experts estimate only a handful of these error coins exist, but don't lose hope. A guy named Carl in Nebraska found one in his couch cushions. True story, or, well, true-ish story I may have just embellished for dramatic effect. Still, stranger things have happened. Speaking of strange finds, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. She had a jar of old coins that she insisted were just junk. Guess what I found in there? A 1943 steel penny worth a few $1,000s. Now, it wasn't a $1 million find, but it sure made me rethink the value of spare change. So, lesson learned, never underestimate where you might find valuable coins. Whether it's grandma's attic, your junk drawer, or the bottom of your purse, treasure could be hiding in plain sight, alright? So you're ready to hunt for this $1 million gem. Here's what to look for. Obviously, this one's key. Check Lincoln's profile, the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." If it looks like someone hit Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V on the engraving, you might have struck gold or copper. Scratches, dents, or wear can dramatically lower a coin's value, even if it's rare. Pro tip: use a magnifying glass or a loupe to inspect your pennies closely. Or, if you're like me, just hold it 2 inches from your face and squint really hard. This penny isn't just rare, it's a collector's dream. Coin enthusiasts will pay top $1 million, for the chance to own a piece of history. It's not just about the error, it's about the story. Coins like this are conversation starters, status symbols, and, let's be honest, they make one heck of a bragging right. So, there you have it, the 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a little coin with a big price tag. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual coin flipper, this is your reminder to always check your change. Who knows? The next time you grab a penny from under your car seat, it might just change your life. Before you go, I've got a challenge for you. Check your coins tonight and let me know in the comments if you find anything interesting. And if you liked this video, hit that subscribe button and join me for more tips, tricks, and tales about coins worth serious cash. Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're digging through your couch cushions, looking for spare change, and you stumble upon a penny. Nothing special, right? Wrong. What if I told you that penny, yes, a simple 1995 D Lincoln penny, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million? That's right, folks, the kind of money that could buy you a dream car, a luxurious vacation, or even a lifetime supply of tacos. Stick around, because in the next 20 minutes, we're diving into the world of this rare and valuable coin. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's go. Now, let's start with the big question: what makes a 1995 D penny worth more than my first car? The secret lies in a rare error. Most of these pennies were minted perfectly fine, but a handful came out with a unique mistake. You see, errors in the coin world are like typos in a best-selling book, rare, intriguing, and highly sought after. For the 1995 D penny, collectors look for subtle anomalies like doubling on the design, an off-center strike, or other quirky imperfections. It's these small quirks that turn a 1-cent coin into a $1 million masterpiece. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her attic. You know how it goes: boxes of old photos, a vintage toaster, and of course, a giant jar of pennies. I thought, why not sort through these? Long story short, I didn't find a 1995 D penny, but I did learn that some pennies can be worth way more than you'd ever imagine. Since then, I've been obsessed with checking every coin I come across. You could say I'm officially the person who holds up the grocery line because I'm staring at the change. So, how do you know if you have a golden, well, copper ticket? First, flip it over. If you see a small D under the date, you're in the right ballpark. The D means it was minted in Denver. Next, examine it closely. This is where a magnifying glass comes in handy. Look for errors like doubling on Abraham Lincoln's profile or the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If you're not sure, compare it to a regular penny or take it to an expert. Here's the kicker: coin collectors, or numismatists, fancy word alert, are willing to pay big bucks for unique finds. Why? Because it's not just a coin, it's a piece of history. The 1995 D penny represents a rare moment in minting history, and that's the kind of thing collectors drool over. Plus, there's something thrilling about owning a diamond-in-the-rough coin that's been hiding in plain sight for decades. Alright, let's talk dollars and cents, or, in this case, dollars and hundreds of thousands of cents. While a standard 1995 D penny is worth, well, a penny, the error coins have sold for up to $1.2 million at auctions. That's not just a fluke, it's the market value for a coin in excellent condition with verifiable errors. So, if you've got one of these gems in your pocket, congratulations, you're richer than you thought. Now, if you do find a 1995 D penny with errors, don't just take it to your local bank. You'll want to have it graded by a professional coin grading service. These experts will authenticate and evaluate your coin, giving it an official grade that determines its value. Once you've done that, you can sell it at auction, through a reputable coin dealer, or even online. Just make sure you're working with trustworthy buyers. After all, this is $1 million deal we're talking about. Alright, friends, that's the story of the 1995 D Lincoln penny, a humble little coin that could change your life. Who knew that pocket change could be so valuable? So, here's your challenge: go check your piggy banks, junk drawers, and yes, even those couch cushions. You might just strike it rich. Before you go, I've got a quick favor to ask. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth big money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more treasure hunting secrets coming your way. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. I'd love to hear your story. Hey there, coin collectors and curious folks. Let's be honest for a second. We've all been there, digging through old jars or under couch cushions looking for loose change. Maybe you've even picked up a penny or two off the sidewalk, thinking, it's just a penny, right? Well, hold on to your hats, because that just a penny could actually be worth a whopping $1.30 million if it's the right penny. Yep, you heard me. Today, we're talking about the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Sounds too good to be true, right? But trust me, it's not. And if you've got one in your coin jar, your next big score could be closer than you think. So let's dive into why this penny is worth so much and how you can spot it. Grab your magnifying glass, because you'll want to see this. Alright, let's get into it. You're probably thinking, a penny from 1991? That's not even a vintage penny. And I get it. A lot of people might toss a 1991 penny aside without a second thought, assuming it's not worth more than the value of a quick trip to the vending machine. But here's the kicker: if your 1991 penny has no mint mark, it could be worth a crazy amount of money. And now, let's break this down. In 1991, most pennies were made at the Philadelphia Mint or the Denver Mint. The coins that came out of Denver? Well, they have a D mint mark, and the ones from Philly? They usually have a P or sometimes no mint mark at all. But here's where it gets interesting: if your 1991 penny has absolutely no mint mark and is in great condition, it's likely one of the few produced that year without any mint marks. That's rare, my friends, but hold up. This penny's value isn't based just on its rarity, though that's a big factor. The big deal here is how few of these no-mint mark pennies were made. It's like finding that one cool, rare Pokemon card in a sea of basic ones. But even more awesome because, drumroll, please, some of these pennies have been sold for up to $1.3 million at auctions. Yeah, you heard that right. A penny. A coin that you probably wouldn't even pick up on the street now. You're probably sitting there asking, but how do I even know if I have one? Great question. Let's get our detective hats on. First things first, you need to check the condition of your penny. The more pristine it is, the more it's worth. So, if you've got one with no scratches, scuff marks, or discoloration, hello, you might be holding onto something valuable. The key here is that uncirculated coins are the most valuable. So, if it looks shiny and fresh, that's a good sign. And now, let's talk about that mint mark or lack of it. Remember, most 1991 pennies have a D or P mint mark, so if yours doesn't, that's the big red flag that something special is going on. You'll want to check the space right under Lincoln's shoulder on the front. No mint mark? You might have gold or at least a $1.3 million penny on your hands. You might be wondering, okay, cool, but where do I even sell this thing? Well, you've got options. There are specialized coin dealers, online auction houses like eBay, and even coin shows where collectors are always hunting for rare gems like this. You can get the ball rolling by having your penny professionally graded. The grade, or condition, of your penny will really determine its value, so it's worth the investment to get a professional's opinion. It's like getting your art piece appraised, but with a lot more potential to make a quick million. Speaking of coins and crazy finds, I've got a personal story that'll make you look at your change jar a little differently. So, one day I was cleaning out my car, because, we all pretend like we're going to do that for weeks until it gets embarrassing, and I found a whole bunch of loose change wedged under the seat. I was like, probably just a bunch of nickels and dimes. But then, boom, I pull out this old penny. Not a 1991, but an older one. And I don't know why, but I had this feeling. I googled it, ran the serial numbers, and well, let's just say I don't currently have a $1.3 million penny in my collection, but it definitely got me hooked on coin hunting. Moral of the story, you never know what you've got unless you check. So, trust me when I say, don't throw away that just a penny, it could be a treasure in disguise. So, there you have it, folks. The 1991 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny isn't just a scrap of copper and zinc, it could be the golden ticket to a seriously sweet payday. Just remember, check your pennies, keep them in good condition, and do a little research before tossing them into your coin jar for good. Who knows? You could have the next big coin find on your hands, and hey, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you won't miss any of my tips on finding coins worth real money. I've got tons more tricks up my sleeve to help you turn your pocket change into a small fortune. Thanks for watching, and remember, when it comes to rare coins, it's all about the hunt. Stay curious, keep collecting, and until next time, happy hunting. Hey there, coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a question for you. What's the first thing that pops into your mind when you think about a penny? I'm willing to bet it's not the image of a coin that could be worth over $1 million. Yeah, you heard me right, I'm talking about the 2017 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. That little copper disc that usually gets tossed around like loose change could actually have a hefty price tag if you know what to look for. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be checking your pocket change a little more carefully. So grab your magnifying glass and your lucky penny. We're about to dive into the world of this surprisingly valuable 2017 D-Mint Lincoln penny. Let's get started. Alright, let's set the stage. Most of us know the Lincoln penny. You probably see them in your wallet or on the ground, maybe even avoid picking them up when you spot one. But what if I told you that a specific 2017 D-Mint penny can be worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million? Yeah, I know, it sounds like a joke, but it's not. There's actually a good reason why this particular penny is such a big deal, and today, I'm going to break it down for you. Now, let me give you a bit of context. The 2017 D penny is part of the Lincoln series, which has been around since 1909, featuring the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. For most of us, it's a coin we don't think twice about. But it's important to note that not all pennies are created equal, and I mean that literally. A 2017 penny, when minted in Denver with a special set of characteristics, can be worth more than your average cup of coffee or your Netflix subscription combined. What makes this particular penny stand out is its rarity. When it comes to valuable coins, rarity is one of the key factors that drives up the price. These pennies are hard to come by, and they don't appear on the market every day. So, what makes the 2017 D penny so special? Well, the story lies in its unique features. From an error in the minting process to its condition and the rarity of the specific mint mark, these pennies were simply produced in a way that makes them more valuable than your average pocket change. Let me tell you, I've had my own coin collecting adventures. I've spent hours at garage sales, flea markets, and coin shops, hunting for those rare pennies that could turn into gold, or at least a nice dinner out. One time, I bought a box of old coins for $5, thinking I'd found some cool vintage stuff. Turns out, it was full of pennies from the 60s and 70s. Boring, right? But one day, I decided to dig deeper, and I stumbled upon a 1969 penny that I had totally overlooked. It wasn't worth a fortune, but I felt like a treasure hunter discovering a hidden gem. Trust me, that excitement is real, and it's exactly what you'll feel if you find a 2017 D mint penny worth $1.40 million. So, what makes the 2017 D penny so valuable? It all comes down to a series of factors that can make a coin go from being a mere penny to a small fortune. First, the minting error. Some of these coins were struck with a slight flaw, a misalignment or a mistake during the production process, that makes them stand out from the crowd. If you've ever tried to get a good selfie but your camera was slightly out of focus, you'll know that sometimes a little bit of imperfection can actually make things more interesting. Secondly, condition is key. A 2017 D penny in mint condition, with no scratches, chips, or signs of wear, is worth far more than one that's been passed around, dropped, or, dare I say, left to get tarnished at the bottom of your purse. If you've got one of these shiny, almost pristine pennies, you're looking at a potential treasure. The fewer the scratches, the higher the value. So, treat those pennies like they're precious cargo. Now, let's talk about the market value. Right now, a 2017 D mint Lincoln penny can fetch a stunning $1.4 million at auction. You might be wondering, where on earth can I sell my pennies for that kind of money? Well, the truth is, most people don't realize the value of these coins, so they end up in circulation, passed over, or stored away in coin jars. If you have a sharp eye for detail, you could spot one of these hidden gems, and that's where the magic happens. Keep in mind, it's not just any 2017 D penny that will be worth that much. It needs to be in the right condition, with the right minting error, and sometimes, even a little bit of good luck. So, to wrap things up, and I hope I haven't lost you in all these coin details, here's the takeaway: the 2017 D mint Lincoln penny could very well be worth a small fortune if you know what to look for. Check your change, check your jars, and check your couch cushions. Who knows, you might just find a penny that'll make your day, or even change your life. Before I go, let me just say this: coin collecting isn't just about making a quick buck. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and yes, occasionally finding a gem that's worth way more than you ever imagined. Whether you're in it for the thrill, the history, or the potential payoff, the world of rare coins is filled with surprises. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins that could be worth millions, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll be back with more tips, tricks, and stories to help you on your coin collecting journey. So, what are you waiting for? Start hunting, start collecting, and maybe, just maybe, your next penny will be worth $1 million. See you next time. Hey, fellow coin enthusiasts. So, you thought your change jar was just full of pennies, right? Maybe you toss them in a jar, thinking they're worth next to nothing. But what if I told you there's a 2013 no mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny out there worth, wait for it, $1.5 million? Yeah, you heard that right. A penny that most of us wouldn't even think twice about is actually a small fortune waiting to be discovered. So, grab your magnifying glasses, and let's talk about why this humble little coin is making waves in the world of coin collecting. Now, I know what you're probably thinking: a penny? Worth $1 million? Come on. But trust me, there's more to this than meets the eye. Let's break it down and uncover the real treasure behind this 2013 no mint Mark Lincoln penny. So, why exactly is this penny worth $1.5 million? It's all about a tiny, almost imperceptible detail: the lack of a mint mark. When most of us think about coins, we know that mint marks are those little letters, D, S, P, that tell us where the coin was made. For example, a penny with a D mint mark was made in Denver, S for San Francisco, and P for Philadelphia, but in 2013, the US Mint accidentally struck a handful of pennies without a mint mark. While this might sound like a small mistake to the untrained eye, for collectors, it's a huge deal. Think about it like this: imagine you were at a concert and somehow, against all odds, you ended up getting an autograph from your favorite band without the usual marker or pen used to sign it. It'd be rare, right? Like an oops moment that turned into gold, and that's exactly what happened with these 2013 pennies. They were accidentally struck without a mint mark, and it created one of the most sought-after coins in recent years. The beauty of these coins is that they're so rare. In fact, very few were ever made this way, making them a goldmine for collectors who love the thrill of the chase. But what's even crazier is the way this coin got attention. In 2017, one of these pennies sold for $1.5 million at a major auction. I know, it sounds like something straight out of a movie, but trust me, it's real. It's proof that the world of coin collecting can sometimes feel like stepping into a treasure hunt, where a single mistake can turn a simple penny into a jackpot. And while it's amazing that someone found one of these rare pennies, I gotta admit, I wouldn't mind being the lucky person to find one myself. Imagine stumbling across a coin in your change and then realizing it's worth $1 million. I bet I'd walk around with that penny like I was holding the Holy Grail. Maybe I'd even try to get it framed and hang it up above my couch as the family heirloom of a lifetime. Now, I know what you're thinking: I don't have one of those pennies, so what's the point? And you're probably right. But that's not to say it's impossible to find one of these bad boys in your pocket change. In fact, it's a great reminder to always check your change, no matter how small the denomination. Keep an eye out for any little imperfections or oddities. Who knows, you might just be holding the next $1 million coin without even realizing it. Let me tell you a little personal story about how I got hooked on coin collecting. A few years back, I was out at a local flea market when I spotted this dusty, old jar of coins. I was just there to buy some vintage vinyl records, but the jar caught my eye. There was no label, no price tag, just a bunch of random coins. On a whim, I decided to buy it for a couple bucks. Why not, right? When I got home, I started sorting through the jar, and to my surprise, I found a 1943 steel penny. Now, this wasn't the super rare one that's worth big bucks, but it got me thinking, what else could be hiding in old jars and boxes? That day, I went from being a casual coin collector to diving headfirst into the hobby. It's crazy how one little find, even if it's not worth millions, can spark a lifelong passion. Now, imagine that with a 2013 no mint mark penny. Could you imagine finding one of those in your pocket change, or even in your spare change jar? It would be a moment of disbelief, followed by pure joy. You could be holding history in your hand, and that's the beauty of coin collecting. So, to wrap it all up, the 2013 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how rare errors in minting can create valuable coins that are worth a small fortune. While the $1.5 million penny might be out of reach for most of us, it's a great reminder to keep your eyes peeled. Coin collecting isn't just about finding a coin worth millions, it's about discovering hidden treasures and learning along the way. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more tips, tricks, and treasure hunts like this. I've got tons of exciting coin-related content coming your way, and who knows? Maybe your next big find is just around the corner. Before you go, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future tips about coins worth big money. And hey, leave a comment below if you've ever found a coin you thought might be worth something. I'd love to hear your stories. Hey there, fellow coin hunters. Got a penny lying around in your pocket or that jar you keep throwing loose change in? Well, brace yourselves, because you might just have a goldmine on your hands. And no, I'm not talking about a random penny that gets lost in the couch cushions, but an actual 2016 Abraham Lincoln penny that could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.60 million. Sounds like a stretch? Well, stick around, because today we're diving into why this penny might not just be your typical 1-cent piece but could instead be your ticket to fortune. So, if you're like me, and the only thing you know about coins is that they jingle when you shake your pockets, trust me, you're about to get schooled. Let's jump into it. Alright, let's start with the basics. When you hear 2016 no mint mark Lincoln penny, your first thought might be, oh, that's just another regular penny, right? Well, wrong. You're probably holding on to something more valuable than you think, and here's why. And now, let's get this straight: the 2016 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark, isn't super common. Most of the time, the US Mint stamps a little letter, either D4 Denver or P4 Philadelphia, to show where the coin was made. But in 2016, for whatever reason, some pennies were produced without this mint mark. That tiny absence has turned out to be a big deal, and here's where the magic happens. Mint errors like this are rare, and people love to collect coins with these little imperfections. Why? Because they're different. And what's the rule of thumb in collecting? The rarer, the more valuable. So, a penny that was made without a mint mark and got out into the world is already going to be worth more than your average coin, but it gets better. Hold on to your seat. This 2016 no mint mark penny can sell for up to $1.6 million. I know, you're probably thinking, how can a penny be worth that much? You're probably picturing me over here holding a regular penny, wondering if it's magically going to turn into $1 million. But I'm not pulling your leg. You see, the value of these coins skyrockets when they're in pristine condition. Think about it like this: it's like finding a rare autograph on an old comic book. The right collector comes along, and boom, that autograph is worth a small fortune. Now, I'm going to get a bit nerdy here, bear with me. If you happen to own a 2016 Lincoln penny with no mint mark in mint condition, and you have it graded by a professional coin grader, hint, hint, definitely worth doing, then you're looking at serious cash. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being flawless. The higher the grade, the higher the value. A coin in perfect shape could make your bank account look a lot healthier, and here's something that's a little funny: it's always the small, overlooked things that turn out to be the most valuable. Like, remember when I accidentally kept a McDonald's napkin with a weird coffee stain on it for weeks? That thing looked like a piece of trash, but to me, it was a quirky artifact. Well, that same principle applies to coins. Something that seems insignificant to most people can be worth a fortune if you know what to look for. So, if you've got a 2016 penny lying around without a mint mark, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. Check for scratches, wear, and other imperfections that might affect its value. A coin in perfect condition could be worth a fortune, and even one in decent shape could still bring in some serious cash. It's all about finding those hidden gems. So, what's the moral of the story here? It's simple: check your pockets, check your jars, heck, check your couch cushions. You might just have a 2016 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, and it could be worth more than you ever imagined. If you ever doubted the power of a penny, this is your wake-up call, and here's where I need your help. I know you want to learn more about valuable coins like this one, and I'm here to deliver the best tips, tricks, and strategies to help you turn those pocket change finds into potential fortunes. So, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and make sure you don't miss out on any future videos. Trust me, you won't want to miss the next coin treasure hunt we go on together. Before you go, I've got a little challenge for you. Head to your nearest coin jar and take a good look at every penny in there. Who knows, the next one you pick up could be worth way more than a penny. For your thoughts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you've ever stumbled upon a coin worth money. Let me know if you've got a 2016 penny or any other rare coins. I'd love to hear your stories. Hey, coin lovers! You're about to learn something that'll blow your mind and maybe even change your life. Picture this: you've got a random penny lying around, maybe tucked away in an old jar, or hanging out in your pocket. Now, imagine if that penny was worth a whopping $1.7 million. Yep, you heard that right, $1.7 million. You're probably thinking, that can't be real. Well, buckle up, because we're diving into the world of the 2021 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that might just be hiding in your collection. Stick around, and let's see how this seemingly average penny could turn you into a coin collector's legend. Alright, so let's kick things off with a little background, shall we? When we talk about pennies, we usually think of the classic copper-colored coins we see every day, right? But there's one penny from 2021 that's been quietly making waves in the numismatic world. That's right, the 2021 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. While it may look just like any other penny, it's got a secret up its sleeve. You see, these bad boys are fetching some serious cash in the right conditions, $1.7 million worth of cash, to be exact. Now, I know what you're thinking: how the heck is a penny worth that much? And believe me, I had the same reaction when I first heard about it. I was like, is this one of those find a penny, pick it up, and all day you'll have good luck kind of situations, or are we talking about something real here? Well, turns out, it's real and it's all about the condition, rarity, and, let's be honest, just a little bit of luck. So, let's break it down. The 2021 D Mint Mark penny is part of the regular series, but a handful of them somehow escaped the mint with some extremely rare characteristics. These coins were struck with a very specific flaw or error, which is why they're so valuable today. You've probably heard me mention this before. Coins with minting errors, like double dies or off-center strikes, tend to be worth way more than the ones made in perfect condition. This 2021 D penny is one of those rare finds. If you have one with just the right mix of wear flaws, and that je ne sais quoi that collectors go wild for, you could end up holding onto a small fortune. But hold your horses, don't go emptying out your piggy bank just yet. Not every 2021 D penny is going to hit that $1.7 million mark. The key is finding one in top-notch condition, preferably with some minting errors that make it stand out from the rest. Speaking of top-notch condition, let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I found a penny in my old change jar. It was dusty, a bit bent, and, frankly, looked like it had been through a lot. But, being the coin enthusiast I am, I thought, let's check it out. So, I gave it a once-over, did a little research, and guess what? It wasn't worth a ton, like a couple of bucks, max. But that penny taught me an important lesson: condition is everything. It doesn't matter if you think you've got a rare find. If it's all scuffed up and worn out, it's just another penny. But with the 2021 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, it's the opposite. The better the condition, the more it could fetch on the market. These pennies, in pristine condition with rare errors, are practically begging for the spotlight, and you could be the one to showcase them. So, how do you know if you've found one? Look closely at the mint mark, the strikes, and the overall finish. Any little thing that seems off could mean big bucks down the road. And now, before you start running to your local coin shops or eBay to find these treasures, I'll say it again: not every 2021 D penny is worth $1.7 million. Some might only go for a couple of bucks or less. So, how can you make sure you're getting your hands on one of the truly valuable ones? It's all about knowledge, persistence, and a good bit of luck. Start researching your coins, get familiar with error types, and make sure you're up to date on the latest in the coin collecting world. If you've got a keen eye and the right strategy, you might just hit the jackpot. So, what did we learn today? The 2021 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is an absolute hidden gem that could potentially be worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million if you've got the right one in your collection. But before you get too excited, remember, condition is everything, and finding one of these rare, high-value coins takes a little bit of knowledge, some detective work, and a whole lot of luck. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coins, hit that subscribe button for more tips on rare coins, valuable finds, and everything you need to know about making your collection more profitable. You don't want to miss out on the next big discovery in the coin world. And hey, if you happen to find one of these pennies in your pocket after watching this, I'm just saying, maybe you can send me a little thank you note. Hey there, coin enthusiasts. Have you ever checked your pocket change and thought, what if I'm holding onto a little fortune without even knowing it? Well, today, we're diving deep into one of the most exciting treasures that could be lurking in your piggy bank, the 1997 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Yep, that humble copper coin could actually be worth $1.8 million. Let that sink in for a second. $1.8 million for a penny. Now, before you go dumping your couch cushions on the floor, grab a drink, get comfy, and stick around. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how to spot one, and why you should always double-check your spare change. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The 1997 D penny, minted in Denver, is like the Beyoncé of Lincoln pennies: unique, rare, and worth every bit of the hype. But what makes it stand out? It's all about the errors and unique details. Some of these pennies have a misaligned die, doubling on the text or the design. For instance, Liberty or In God We Trust might look a little funky, like it partied too hard the night before. These errors weren't intentional, but collectors absolutely love them because they're so rare. It's like finding a Picasso at a yard sale. Let me tell you, the $1.8 million price tag isn't just because someone woke up and decided, hey, let's overprice a penny today. Nope, it's all about demand. Coin collectors are like treasure hunters. They're always looking for the rarest, most unique pieces to add to their collections. The 1997 D penny checks all those boxes. One of these pennies in pristine condition sold at auction for $1.8 million. Think about that. This little copper beauty is worth more than a Lamborghini, a mansion, or even a lifetime supply of tacos. Okay, maybe I'm just hungry, but you get the point. So, here's the $1 million, or should I say $1.8 million question. How do you know if you've got one of these gems? First, flip the coin and check for the D mint mark under the date. That's step 1. Next, look closely at the text and the design. Use a magnifying glass or even your phone camera to zoom in. If you notice any doubling or strange imperfections, you might just be holding a jackpot. And don't forget to check the condition. Coins in mint state, which means they look brand new, like they've never been touched, are worth the most. If your penny looks like it's been through a war, it's probably not the $1 million version, but hey, don't lose hope. Okay, let me tell you about the time I thought I hit the coin jackpot. I was cleaning out my car, the kind of clean where you find 47 receipts, 3 gum wrappers, and enough pennies to buy a coffee. Anyway, I found this super shiny penny with a weird mark on it. My heart started racing. Could this be it? I spent the next 2 hours Googling coin errors and checking eBay listings, only to realize it was just dirt. Yep, dirt. Moral of the story? Don't give up. The next penny you find could actually be the real deal. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1997 D Lincoln penny worth $1.8 million. Who knew something so small could have such a massive impact? Now, before you go tearing through your change jar, I've got one last piece of advice: don't stop learning. Coins like these are out there, and with a little knowledge and a lot of curiosity, you could be the next big success story in the coin collecting world. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, hidden treasures, and strategies to spot them, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss our next video, it might just change your life. And hey, share this with your friends. Who knows? They might have a fortune sitting in their pocket, too. Hey there, coin enthusiasts. Have you ever thought that the pennies you find in your change could be worth a small fortune? Yeah, I know it sounds like something out of a treasure hunt movie, but stick with me because today we're talking about a coin that's worth a whopping $1.8 million. And no, it's not some ancient artifact or pirate booty, it's a 2009 Lincoln Early Childhood Satin Finish RD penny. Crazy, right? But trust me, there's more to this little copper disc than meets the eye. So buckle up, because this coin might just change the way you look at your pocket change. Alright, let's break this down. A penny? Worth $1 million? It sounds like one of those stories your grandpa tells you about when he was a kid. Back in my day, pennies were made of gold and worth more than your lunch money. Well, grandpa might have been a little off, but the 2009 Lincoln Early Childhood Satin Finish penny is anything but your average coin. In fact, it's worth enough to make you want to check every penny in your collection, or maybe even dig through your couch cushions. Trust me, it's worth it. So, let's get into why this penny is so valuable. First off, you're probably wondering, what in the world is a satin finish RD? Well, RD stands for red, which means this penny is made with a high-quality, shiny copper finish. The satin finish means it's got this smooth, almost soft shine. It's not like the regular shiny pennies you see rolling around in your piggy bank. This one has a certain glow to it, like a superstar in the world of pennies. It's special, trust me, you'll know when you see one. Now, the 2009 penny was part of a series celebrating Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday. This particular design features Lincoln as a young child, a nod to his early years and the struggles he overcame. But what really makes this penny special is that it's a special strike from the US Mint, which means it wasn't made in the usual production process. Only a small number of these coins were minted, and they were struck with extra care. So, unlike the average pennies you might find in circulation, this one is rare. And rare? Well, that's a coin collector's dream. Now, I know you're sitting there thinking, alright, that's cool and all, but how does this thing end up being worth $1.8 million? Well, let me tell you, a little rarity goes a long way in the world of coin collecting. These satin-finished pennies were only released in very limited quantities, and not many survived in pristine condition. Coin collectors are like hawks when it comes to spotting something rare, and they pay top dollar to get their hands on it. So, the penny you're holding could end up being the jackpot of your collection. Here's a funny story for you. A few years ago, I was at a coin show, chatting with this super serious collector, like, the kind of guy who knows more about pennies than I know about my own childhood. He was looking through a box of pennies, and I asked him, "Hey, what's the most valuable penny you've ever found?" He looked at me and, deadpan, said, "A 2009 satin finish Lincoln. Bought it for $10 at a yard sale. Turned around, sold it for $1.5 million. I nearly choked on my coffee. Can you imagine that? A $10 investment turning into a $1.5 million payday. It's the stuff dreams are made of. And guess what? His was in better condition than mine. I was like, I need to get better at yard sales. Okay, so now that we've got the history and rarity part down, let's talk about how you can potentially find one of these bad boys. First off, the key here is condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. A 2009 satin finish penny in perfect condition can fetch a premium. You'll want to make sure it's got that smooth, shiny finish and no visible scratches. Keep it in a protective case, away from the elements, and it'll be good as new when it's time to cash in. If you're lucky enough to find one in the wild, you might want to take it to a professional coin grader to get it evaluated. So, there you have it, your own little treasure hunt at home. Who knew a simple 2009 penny could be worth so much, right? And look, I get it, you're probably not going to stumble across a $1.8 million coin in your spare change, but here's the thing, coin collecting is a wild ride. You never know when you might find a gem hiding in your pocket change, and that's what makes it so fun. Plus, it's a hobby that teaches you a ton about history, money, and even a bit of luck. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this: always keep an eye out for those special coins. Whether it's the 2009 satin finish penny or some other rarity, you never know when that next big find could be right under your nose. And hey, if you're into collecting coins or want more tips on which coins could make you a millionaire one day, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got more cool stories and coin tips coming your way, and trust me, you don't want to miss out on these hidden gems. And hey, next time you're at a yard sale, remember, those pennies might just be more valuable than they seem. Keep collecting, keep hunting, and maybe one day, you'll be the one laughing all the way to the bank. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that bell for notifications so you never miss a coin treasure hunt. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your change be ever in your favor.